Hey, how are you guys doing today? Today I will tell you the benefits of raising your own flock of chickens. Raising your own flock of chickens is not a very difficult task, I would say. I'd say it's a fairly easy task because you don't really have to do a whole bunch, but I'll list some of the things you may have to do plus the benefits that you can receive while raising your own flock of chickens. First, chickens produce meat that many people eat on a daily basis. But other than this, they produce eggs, and depending on what breed of chicken, they can produce olive greenish eggs, they can produce brown eggs, or they can produce white eggs on that last one. One that I do not have here that they can also produce is like a bluish egg. It's almost like a sky blue kind of. So those are actually really cool. I never really knew that until I started working at my job at Tractor Supply now, and I had learned that because whenever we have the chickens, they have the little fun facts that say like what kind of eggs they lay. Some will say large brown, some will say white, and then you have ones that say like the green as well, like your green egg here. And then it's like they can also be like an olive greenish, and then as well as the blue. I think you may as well get one that's like a kind of orangish color. It's kind of cool. So other than that, raising chickens for their eggs are one of the more common uses for chickens, I would say, other than meat, of course. Um, so so practices when raising chickens, and nowadays that can be useful considering the prices for eggs while you raise your own chickens if you're using them mainly for eggs, so to say. So the prices of eggs nowadays are pretty expensive at the supermarket. So raising your own chickens and having your own chickens can be very useful because all you really have to do is just come outside and grab the egg. And the most you'll be spending technically is just on feed. So, and that can range from 20 to 30 bucks at most. So that's very useful. I would say that's a pretty good deal in my opinion, because considering you're getting, depending on how big your flock is, of course, and how many hens you have, you'll be getting maybe more than a dozen eggs, almost. I wouldn't say per day, but I'd say if you were to do it every other day, you would. I'd say you'd probably get just about a dozen eggs, if not maybe more. So there's one way. They can be used for their manure. Yeah, crazy, right? But people use chicken manure for fertilizer in their home gardens. So it's actually it's more desired than horse or cow, is what I've read. So for that, I would say it's pretty interesting to know that. But they say chicken manure is more, they say it breaks down and it adds a better organic matter to the soil, as well as helping the soil be able to soak up more of that moisture of the water, so to say. It's pretty interesting if you read in more into it, but like they help with that, like producing an organic matter, and then they also help with the soil. They also, I want to say there was one more thing. It said that they also help provide like a phosphorus and it's like phosphorus and a couple other chemicals, like compounds that provide to the grass that are very healthy for the soil, so to say. So then chickens also enjoy eating bugs. So if you don't like insects, or if you think you have too many insects around your house, if you have chickens, whether that be in a pen or free range, they do tend to like to enjoy eating bugs as they scratch around at the grass. Usually whenever they're scratching around and pecking around, that's usually what they're doing, is kind of sifting around through the grass for bugs and through the dirt. So chickens can make for good pets as well. Crazy. But I mean, as you can see, we have a chicken here. She's very nice. She's not acting too wild. She's very calm. And this is how most of them are, except for your roosters. I'd say sometimes you can get a rooster. He can be a little mean. So he can try to run up on you and attack you. So we do have one of those at our house, and he's not the nicest guy in the world, but I mean, they're very protective animals, so they got to protect their hens and make sure that nothing is a threat towards them and to their flock. So that's one way to do it. And then I would say the next benefit would maybe be as well as chickens being pets, many people who raise these chickens, they usually sell them. They can make extra money off the chickens, so to say. They can either sell the chicken itself, or they could sell the eggs that they produce, or they could sell the birds for their meat to certain meat markets, like certain companies like Tyson, and I want to say another one was like Purdue or so like that. So I want to say there's many ways you can make money from raising your own chickens. You don't really have to be professional, so to say, because there are like flock swaps where you can go and also trade for other chickens. Say you have this, you say you're looking for a certain breed, and a person has that breed. You can go and bring a breed that maybe they want, or a breed that maybe they're looking for, and you could trade with them, which is really cool to help diversify your flock and maybe find some chickens that you didn't know existed. Like there's one we have, it's called a naked neck, and it basically self-explanatory. He has no hair right here, so all right here where the fur is, he has none. All he has is like a little tuft of head of like hair right here on the top of his head. He's pretty funny looking. He looks like an ostrich almost. So chickens, they can also be beneficial if you have table scraps. So say you have a big dinner and not everybody finishes their plate. Instead of trashing it and taking it off to the dump, you could take it and you could put it in one large bowl. And as in that large bowl, you can add in rotten fruit, in either like potato peelings and scrappings, and just all types of stuff that chickens, they will enjoy eating because they eat just about everything. Crazy enough, but they're very interesting creatures, I would say, because of their diet. It mainly consists of like bugs and grains, but they can also eat like potato peelings and rotten banana fruits, all types of stuff. Because we feed our chickens, we feed her rotten oranges sometimes, like just bad fruit that may go bad, or any potato peelings. So, and I've seen it is very recommended if you do that. I've heard it has like that mixture has a lot of nutrients that can be very beneficial to the chicken as well. So if you are looking towards living a more organic lifestyle, chickens can be useful in that as well, because they can provide you, as you walk outside, you'll see your chickens. Whenever you walk outside, you'll see your chickens. And the organic lifestyle, I guess you could say, would be you coming out to grab your eggs and you wanting to know where your eggs come from and where your food comes from. So doing that, you would know where your eggs come from with your chickens. But the chickens can also help you start like your own garden, considering with their manure, they can add great fertilizer to your garden. And then they can also be very good pets inside your garden. I've read that they can go through and eat the insects in your garden, as well as sift through there and get any kind of weeds that are poking through your plants, and any weed seeds that are below the soil. And I want to say that's just about all that these guys are beneficial for, other than just their meat. Because I know most people, they're like, well, we just eat them and we use them for their eggs as well. But honestly, the more I researched, the more I found out crazy things that chickens do that actually benefit people in your daily life, other than just giving you a source of protein, so to say. So if you find this intriguing or maybe interesting, hopefully this will help you go into starting your own flock. Thank you. Very good luck.